Do you want to save $5,000 this year? If so, stay tuned. In this video, I go over my 52-week money challenge that you can start today. Then, at the end of each tip, I'll tell you how much you can possibly save. And also, later in the video, I'll give you some quick ways to earn more money to get you over that $5,000 savings challenge. Now, if you've seen one of my videos before, thank you so much for watching me again. Hey, I really appreciate it. And if you haven't seen me before, hi, my name is Rick Orford, author of The Financially Independent Millennial. And if you like personal finance videos like this one, well, now would be a great time to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way, you'll never miss a video. Now, no one likes to throw money away. And you and I both know that saving isn't an easy task. You probably know when your paycheck is going to hit your bank account, and that's a great start. But if you don't know where you spend your money, there's likely places that you can save. You're more than likely to have spent on unnecessary items, and sometimes you may not even realize that you're spending so much. For example, when buying stuff, cheap items, and having subscriptions, those costs add up. 2021 is another year, and it's time to start a new challenge. And if you're up to taking my 52-week money challenge, go ahead and give me a thumbs up on this video. It'll give me an idea who's going to try it. Now, if you do at least some of these steps, I bet you can easily save $5,000 in 1 year. And what would saving $5,000 mean to you? Would you be able to pay off your credit card, your car? How about a vacation? There's many things you can do with $5,000, and saving is not an easy task, especially if you're not a saver. But with these tips, it's possible. All right, so let's get started and explore some ways to save $5,000 this year with my 52-week money challenge. Now, if you're going to save any money this year, the first thing you're going to need is a budget. If you already have one, that's great. But if not, you need one now. A budget helps you save your money and live within your means. It allows you to create a monthly income surplus, and then you can deposit it into your savings account. Oh, and by the way, here's a video I made about making a budget. Feel free to check it out later. So let's face it, if you're not used to saving money, saving $5,000 in 52 weeks won't be easy, at least not at first. But a budget will help you separate your cash flow into categories. Then you can build a monthly income surplus, and that's where your savings will come from. And in no time, you'll achieve your savings goal. So creating a budget is easy, but the hard part is sticking to it. If you don't, you'll probably fail at this challenge. So to get started, I recommend by going back 3 months and record all of your daily expenses. When you look at where you spent your money, it'll become obvious where you spend too much. And when you identify such areas you spend too much in, you can adjust them accordingly. Also, tracking your spending is helpful because it helps you be more careful about the amounts you spend and knowing that you have to record all of the details. Hey, by the way, would you mind doing me a little favor? Let me know in the comments below if you're going to even start the challenge. Just say, I'm going to save $5,000 this year. Go ahead and pause this video and let me know. Welcome back. So the easiest way to save $5,000 this year is by reducing spending. And while not all of these tips will apply to you, I'm sure many will. So for my first tip, have a look at your insurances. For example, consider your home and auto insurance deductibles and think about raising them. Homeowners insurance hovers around $1,200 a year. But if you bump up your deductible, for example, from $500 to $1,000, you could save as much as 25% on your premiums. Remember, a higher deductible means the insurer will have a lower risk and as a result, offer you a lower premium. If you consider this strategy, talk with your insurance agent. They'll tell you exactly how much you'll save after increasing the deductible. Also, you can use this option for car insurance. And In some areas, you could save up to $360 a year just by increasing your deductibles from $250 to $1,000. For my second tip, cancel your unused gym membership. Look, a gym is one place that you almost always have to pay for a membership. But after you've committed yourself for some time, maybe now you realize that your visits aren't as frequent. If so, cancel the membership. I mean, why pay for membership fees for something you don't use? For example, depending on your location, a gym membership could cost as much as $50 a month. And as many as 70% of members don't use their membership. Paying for unused gym memberships drains your budget. Now, you might feel that canceling the gym membership means you're giving up on your body. Well, if that's you, consider some other ways to get fit. For example, you can go outside for a run, a walk, or ride a bicycle. And there's tons of other videos right here on YouTube that you can go along and exercise with. Also, if you prefer strength training, there's fitness apps like Fitbod that can help. For this next tip, cancel your unused subscription services. So many people spend more than $200 a month on subscriptions. Think about video streaming, photo editing, and office applications. The money you pay for these subscriptions might seem minimal each, but it adds up. $20 for one, $50 for a subscription box, and so on. So spend the time and review all of your subscriptions and identify those that you can cut. Some subscriptions even have alternatives, which are free or a lower cost. For example, you might pay $20 a month for an audiobook service, but there's free alternatives. Next, reduce your food waste. Food waste costs so much money and negatively impacts the environment. Did you know that on average, US households throw away as much as $1,800 a year on food? It's terrible for humanity and horrible on your budget. Look, reducing food waste isn't something that'll happen overnight. But you can start by using a shopping list and plan out your weekly meals. Another easy way to save $5,000 this year is to cut your commuting cost. If you go to work for 5 days a week, commuting by car can add up. Did you know that commuting every day can cost you as much as $10 a day or $2,600 a year? If you can carpool with just one person, you split the cost in half. It might be a hassle to find somebody you can carpool with, but you can start by asking your neighbors traveling on a similar route or coworkers. But using this method could definitely help you get to that $5,000 savings goal. For my next tip, let's look at banking fees. Did you know that Americans spend on average of $250 a year on banking fees? And I found out that almost 75% of that is NSF fees. Look, it even happened to me once. When I was younger, I used my debit card and the bank allowed the charge even though I didn't have enough money in my account. I was off by less than $1. But then I got dinged with a $20 NSF fee. What a complete waste of money. You can avoid these charges by switching to a free checking account and keep at least 2 to 3 months of your monthly expenses. That way you can avoid NSF fees. Now, this tip is crazy. It almost blew my mind. One fast way to save $5,000 this year is to use credit card offers to your advantage. For example, did you know that you can earn as much as $1,000 or more in a year in cashback credits? Look, some credit cards earn you as much as 2% on your cashback purchases. And if you spend, as a family, $4,200 a month on a credit card for your everyday expenses, you'll get over $1,000 cash back in a year. But don't ever carry a balance on a credit card. That's nonsense. Now, for this next tip, sell items you no longer use. Now, if you're like many, no doubt you have closets and drawers full of stuff you don't need or don't use anymore. So these things might have seemed like a great idea to buy at some point, but if they don't get any use, what's the point of keeping them? And maybe they just seem like junk to you, but I bet there's going to have some value among them. And the quickest way you can make some extra money is to gather up all of those items you no longer need and sell them. And if you have enough stuff, you can even host a yard sale and get rid of them fast. You know, a yard sale is an excellent way to get rid of your items within a day or two, and according to some reports, you can net between $500 and $1,000 in a weekend. It's very doable. And if you have more valuable items, they'll probably get you even more money online. For example, you can consider Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. Now, I like Craigslist because it has a really wide audience. Now, if there's one thing that many people spend a lot of money on, it's entertainment. That said, cutting back on entertainment expenses is an excellent way to save $5,000 this year. So start by looking at your budget and see the amount you spend on entertainment items like sporting events, movies, concerts, meals out with friends, and trips to the bar. All of these expenses can add up fast. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't spend on entertainment. Doing the things you love helps you live a balanced lifestyle. But there's some easy ways to cut back on entertainment expenses without sacrificing your fun. So look for cheap or free things to do. Another option is looking for a new hobby that won't cost you all that much money. Give yourself a fair limit on the amount you can use for entertainment, and try by cutting the entertainment budget in half, and that'll save you $2,500 a year. So with these 9 ideas, you could potentially save $11,450 this year. Amazing. But look, maybe you can't take advantage of all of them. I get it. Maybe you don't have a gym membership, or maybe you don't spend a lot on football. But the point of this video is to help get you to save $5,000 this year. And if you find yourself not being able to save $5,000 from your budget, well, check out my video on side hustles that you can work on part-time. A lot of this stuff can be done from the comfort of your own home. And if you start a side hustle and cut your budget, I have no doubt you'll get to your $5,000 savings goal. So folks, that's what I got for you today. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.